What if the sun vanished right now? No flash, no explosion, just gone. Or what if the moon suddenly disappeared? Have you ever thought about that? It might seem like they're just two glowing circles in the sky, right? But in reality, they hold our entire world together. The sun and the moon are the main gears in the giant clockwork of Earth. If they disappear, everything will stop. They control time, climate, and tides. Without them, everything we know will fall apart. Darkness will come, chaos will follow, and a cold from which there's no escape. And if they vanish, so will we? By the way, if you're curious about how our world works or you simply enjoy fascinating and entertaining facts, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment. This helps me make more videos like this. So, let's imagine the sun suddenly disappears. However, we don't know it yet. At first, nothing changes. For the first 8 minutes and 20 seconds, everything looks normal. We don't notice that the sun is gone. After all, light and gravitational waves travel at nearly 300,000 kilometers per second and don't reach Earth instantly. In this sense, we are living in the past. And then comes sudden darkness, abrupt. No gradual sunset, just blackness. The sky will no longer be blue by day, nor dark blue by night. It is absolutely black, like the void between the stars. Shadows vanish, as if they never existed. No highlights, no scattered light. Only darkness, total and final. But this is only the beginning, for not only the sun has vanished, but also its gravity. It was what held Earth and all the planets of the solar system together. They orbited it because they obeyed its force. Earth stops moving along its orbit and rushes straight into the silent void. The same happens to Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and all other planets of the solar system. The entire system falls apart like a crumbling mechanism. Even the asteroid belt loses its shape. Some objects collide, flaring up in one last destructive dance. Others drift forever into interstellar space, their trajectories turning chaotic. Some are lost in space forever, and those that keep wandering in chaos may one day encounter Earth, bringing catastrophe. Because without the sun, there is no system. There is only chaos, slow and disintegrating. But what is happening on Earth? On Earth, it is only beginning. The air temperature starts to plummet. After a day, minus 17 degrees Celsius. After a week, minus 70. After a year, minus 240 degrees Celsius, almost absolute zero. Water in rivers and seas freezes completely to the very bottom. And in the oceans, in their deepest points, near hydrothermal vents, some warmth still remains. And there, the last forms of life survive: bacteria, worms, crustaceans. So, the cold fills everything. Bodies cool down, breath turns into ice. And the walls of shelters become as useless as paper. Photosynthesis stops, plants have nothing left to feed on. They stop growing, leaves darken and fall. Some still cling to their reserves, like on their last breath. But it doesn't last long. With the cold comes the second wave of death. And the green life on the planet fades away. Animals that depend on plants begin to die. They are killed by everything at once: hunger and cold. Insects die first. They are sensitive to temperature and completely depend on plants. Without pollen, nectar, and leaves, they simply have nothing to eat. Bees, butterflies, ants, mosquitoes, midges, the micro-world we are used to ignoring disappears within hours and days. After the insects, the birds are gone. Even those that feed on carrion cannot find enough energy to fly. The air becomes silent, chirps, cries, and trills disappear, everything. Then come the mammals. Herbivores grow weak, wander in search of food, but find only snow and ice. They weaken, freeze, and die. Deer, elk, antelopes, elephants, all equally powerless against the cold and emptiness. However, predators survive a little longer. They feed on the remains of animals that have already died and hunt down the weakened. But this is not hunting, it's desperate survival. Cannibalism becomes the final instinct. But even that doesn't save them, it's too cold, too dark. In the end, they to disappear. Forests, mountains, plains all become equally silent. A planet without animals is hauntingly silent. But what about humans? We are the top of the food chain. And when the base disappears, the top collapses with a crash. Farms die first. Then food disappears. Food warehouses are emptied, supplies run out in just days. Deliveries stop. Transport stops, fuel is running out, roads are buried under snow. Mass looting begins, people grab everything they can carry, food, water, clothes, medicine. Communication disappears. Without electricity, phones, the internet, and television stop working. No one knows what is happening in other cities, power plant failures accumulate. Solar panels are useless, wind turbines stand in dead silence. The warmth disappears, people freeze in their own apartments. There is no water, it has to be melted from ice or taken from underground sources. Order slowly disappears, laws lose their power. People are left alone with cold, hunger, and fear. But not everyone dies right away. Some manage to take shelter underground, in subways, mines, and old bunkers. The most viable shelters turn out to be those near nuclear power plants. The reactors continue to produce heat and energy. These plants become the last pockets of life on a dead planet. The people lucky enough to be nearby use this heat to survive. Underground, pumps are running, lamps are shining, and hydroponic greens are growing, the food people rely on. On the surface, only a few places remain where warmth comes not from the sun, but from the earth itself. These are geothermal zones, like in Iceland, Japan, and Kamchatka. They become the last safe places on earth, and people cling to them like the last ray of hope. This is not life, this is survival, but it's still possible, for now. And in space, there is silence. The Earth drifts in eternal darkness, alone. No light, no path, a frozen rock drifting through infinity. And no one knows how long this fall will last, and if there's anyone who will ever find us. Curious minds always want more. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and write in the comments if you enjoyed this video. In the next episode, I'll tell you what will happen to Earth if the moon disappears. Don't miss it.